I know there can be a lot of pressure at this time of year to do things just right, to do them perfectly, to throw the perfect party, to make the perfect food, to give the perfect gifts. There's just can be a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. Today I want to tell you a story about how my roommate Rebecca and I, just a few days ago, caroled imperfectly all over Salt Lake City and still managed to spread heartfelt Christmas cheer. Rebecca and I both love Europe for many reasons. Heritage, mission, fashion, architecture, food, list goes on and on. We're not in Europe right now, but we would like to be, and so we're going to do the next best thing, which is to go and find European shops in Salt Lake City, and then we are going to sing Christmas carols in those languages to the people that are there. So we'll have to see how they respond, if they like it, if it spreads some good Christmas cheer. So there we were, excited and headed to Salt Lake City to to carol in foreign languages to these different European shops, 3 to be exact. We were headed to a French bakery, a German restaurant, and an Italian market. So something to keep in mind is that Rebecca and I are learning foreign languages. Rebecca knows some German, I speak some French, and we both speak Italian because of our mission that we serve together in northern Italy. But we are in the process of learning. We don't speak these languages perfectly, and we don't sing in them perfectly either. So remember that. And also keep in mind the fact that we are not professional singers. We both have a little bit of singing background. Mine's mostly just from singing with my family and singing in the ward choir. And Rebecca studied oboe performance at BYU, so she has a musical background. But both of us are also learning how to sing. And just keep this in mind because it'll become important once we hit the German restaurant. As soon as we got off the train, we actually bumped into one of Rebecca's co-workers, which was super fun. So we chatted with him for a little while, and then we looked down at the time, and it was about 3 o'clock, and the French bakery was supposed to close at 3:30. So we had to hurry, and we hopped on a bus, which took us to an area near Temple Square. For the rest of the way, we just had to run. We gotta run, let's go. Okay, we're running through Temple Square. Here we are.
I kind of feel like a sister missionary without my tag on.
I know. Here we are. Oh yeah, there's the sisters up there.
The sisters right there.
Okay, and here's the temple. There it is. We gotta make it to the French bakery before they close. Hi, sisters. We made it in the nick of time with 10 minutes to spare. The restaurant was mostly empty, but there were a few workers there that we could carol to. So we asked if we could sing to them, we got a little drink of water, and then we sang. The workers were really sweet and seemed to enjoy the music that we sang for them, and they even gave us a free croissant, which made us both pretty happy. After finishing up our croissant at the French bakery, we decided to take a little break since we had some extra time, and we went to City Creek to enjoy the beautiful festive decor. We looked around at one of the shops, and it was super fun. And then we headed to the German restaurant, which is called Siegfried's. And we also had quite a bit of time there, so we decided to eat dinner. It was a lot of fun to be able to talk about the German food with Rebecca, who has Swiss ancestry and has a lot of Swiss German relatives. Do you know what you're gonna get?
Well, it's cold for sure. If they have Spätzle, I want some Spätzle.
Ooh, yeah, what is that?
Spätzle, they're like little egg noodle things. You fry them in butter.
Delicious. Okay.
So here we have ohotko, which is basically cabbage that's been soaked in some sort of a vinegar, or like wine, I think. Anyway, it's very tasty. And then spätzle, which is the egg noodles. Then you have sauerkraut over there, and all of these different potato options. And then of course, different meats.
Potatoes. Some meats. Yum. Since Rebecca and I were facing a window, we decided to play a people watching game where we would pick somebody who was walking past and then take turns making up details about their life story. We were having so much fun, and we saw this older gentleman, and we decided that his name was Wesley. And we came up with a whole story for him, all of these different details. And then to our surprise, he turned and he came into the German restaurant. So we continued chatting a little bit and about, this life story that we'd made up for him. And then we both we kind of felt this connection to him, and we were like, we should talk to him. And just for fun, just to see what he's like in real life. And so we went over to him and just introduced ourselves, started chatting with him, learned a little bit about him. And to our surprise, 3 or 4 of the details that we had come up with were actually true. It was wild. And then some other things, of course we hadn't guessed everything, but it was so fun. And then we asked Wesley if, that was not his real name, by the way, but we asked him if we could sing to him and also sing to the rest of the restaurant. And so we did. Now, that first verse went fine.
And the second verse was a flop.
It was our little caroling mishap. Oh my
I tried to harmonize it. It was real bad.
We just both struggled so much. It was so funny. By the time it got to the 3rd line, somehow I transitioned into a minor key. I don't know. Rebecca harmonized with me anyway, so it was very impressive. And then after that, my voice just gave out completely. So Rebecca was singing a solo by the 4th line, and it just was so funny that both of us just ended up bursting out laughing by the end of the song. So it just ended in laughter, essentially. So it was kind of a disaster, but everyone applauded and they were so kind, and we still managed to spread some Christmas cheer to Wesley and to everyone else who was there. And we chatted for a few more minutes with this gentleman who we had met, and he again was just so kind, so friendly, and we were very happy to have met him. And then he headed out on his way. By this time in the evening, it had grown dark, and our friend Steve was kind enough to come and pick us up and take us to the Italian market. We arrived at the Italian market as they were just closing down, and we had a few minutes to look around. It was a success. We had managed to sing Christmas carols in foreign languages to all 3 European shops in Salt Lake City. We were able to feel reminded of Europe, which we love so much, and we were able to spread some Christmas cheer in the process. So why did I share this story with you? I hope that it can be helpful as you think about giving gifts this Christmas season. I know that it can be easy to get really in our heads about anything really, but when we're giving gifts or when we're
extending acts of service to think, oh, it needs to be this certain way, it needs to be just right, everything needs to be wrapped perfectly, it needs to be exactly what they wanted. It can be so easy to have such high expectations. But I hope that you learned from this video that imperfect carols can still spread Christmas cheer, and imperfect gifts can still be gifts from the heart. If you think about it, why do we give gifts? We give gifts because we love the people in our lives, and we want them to be able to feel that. And that can shine through with any gift, even the smallest, even the most imperfect, can still carry with it that sign of love. So, what imperfect but heartfelt carol will you sing this Christmas? I promise you that it will be meaningful, that it will matter, and that it will spread Christmas cheer. It really will. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Merry Christmas!